Hey, what's up guys? We're playing Minecraft again. Today, like usual, we're gonna do a mix of building some farms, then just building for fun. So let's just go ahead and get started. So there's a couple of things that I did off camera that I want to tell you guys about, but really today we're actually just gonna be doing some projects. But as usual, let's just kind of go through all of my signs and see what we're gonna do. So I want to build a honeycomb farm. I want to build a bottled honey farm. And then there's a few things that I did in between. Let's go ahead and start out with the first one. I got a buttload of sand. So this isn't usually something I like to put on camera, but in this case, since my leg is broken and I've got nothing better to do, I did a whole bunch of sand mining. So you can see these chests are all filled here, but I didn't just get this sand just to have a stockpile, and I do have quite a big stockpile. This is only about maybe half of the sand I actually got, because I had about this many of just another shulker chests filled with sand. You might be wondering, why do you need all that sand? Well, because I did a whole bunch of netherite mining. As you guys know, my goal as far as netherite is to finish this door. I want every single blackstone block in here to be netherite. In last episode we made a good bit of progress. We got 8 netherite blocks in here, and I guess I'll just fly through the top to get back in because I don't feel like closing that door. It was also a sick little flight right there. But anyway, so I got all of that sand so I could get more netherite, and I did. I spent almost just as much time getting the sand, just netherite mining, and you can see here these are just kind of like the spoils left over. This is just things that were in my inventory while mining. So there's 64 inch of debris here. This is just what I don't want to convert because I want to use those as decoration blocks. But you can see in here 32, 32. Look at all of this ancient debris. So yeah, this isn't a small amount of ancient debris. I think if I did the math, I think I got a total of almost 400 something. I think somewhere around 400, maybe close to 500. I can't remember now, but yeah, that's a whole lot of netherite. And with that, I guess let's just take 2 blocks out. I don't even know how much I'll need. Gonna make all of the ingots here. So there is 2 stacks of netherite ingots there. That's a lot of netherite. And that is, I think, exactly 12 blocks, which is what we need. Okay, now my flight went the opposite direction, which is, I think, exactly what we need. Because I think I smelted just enough so I would have enough for my door. So let's go ahead and pop out the rest of these blocks and put in the appropriate ones that belong in the door. And I can officially say, I mean, last episode was the same, but this is the most expensive thing in my world, I think, by far here. Bam, bam, bam. Oop, 1 more block. I was like, I have 1 more block left over. What am I missing? Jump. Bam. There is... I honestly didn't think I'd be able to do this because I thought it was way too much. But there is my door completely out of netherite blocks. So, okay, one of my long-term projects done, and like I said, I still have, I guess, 7 more netherite ingots, plus I still have about 64 uncooked. So I still have quite a bit. I did enough mining to actually, I'll be able to actually get some netherite out of it too, so I don't have to rip apart my door the first time. So ignore this. We're doing that next episode. Let's see, what should we do next? Nether covering. Oh, this is something that I can just show you super quickly. So as you guys know, we have that area in the nether with the blaze farm and the wither skeleton collection area. Well, I got really bored. Once again, my ankle is broken. I can't really move out of my bed, so I've been using this time. I've been trying to play stocks, doing things, but at the same time, I've been doing a lot of, watching of anime, and during that time I've been using it to do more slab covering. You could tell, but you might say, wow, that's a lot more mobs than there's usually on there, and you're right, because a lot of this was not slabbed over. Let me actually, just so I could ease of use here. Most of this is actually new, freshly slabbed. This entire area is basically freshly slabbed, all of this. And it goes all the way into that back wall, and it goes all the way down here too. So all of this is completely freshly slabbed. All of that area over there is freshly slabbed, going all the way back there. If we go back there, you can see the slabs go over to this back wall. That is all freshly slabbed. This was all here already, and then going over here, that entire area, basically as far as anything that's on the screen right now, is freshly slabbed. So there was a lot of area that I didn't realize wasn't slabbed that really hindered my spawning. Now look at it. This is almost, I would say, triple or quadruple the amount of mobs that are usually on here. So all of that slabbing definitely helped. And if I ever release a world download, you guys can see the absolute massive project that slabbing a whole area of the nether is. It took a while. Like I said, for the third time I think this episode, since my ankle's broken, I've been doing these jobs that just take a whole lot of time. You know, when I'm not usually broken, I would just do jobs that can be done in 3 hours and make a video. But now I've been able to do stuff that usually takes a good, 12 hours to actually finish, and I've been doing those. Okay, so let's do some farms and the fun build. Enough talking, right? First thing I want to do is build a seagrass farm. Okay, and the seagrass farm I want to build right outside of the cobble farm, so let's just do it right now. Okay guys, so let's just go see it. It is done. You can see it right here. And since it is a seagrass farm and it's ocean and water, I decided to give it a pretty, water-ish vibe. Okay, I just slept real quick because I didn't want mobs attacking me, but yeah, you can see the design here. It is mostly the prismarine and the dark prismarine, and I made up some banners. I've never made banners before in my life, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just have a little bit of fun with this. So I grabbed 3 designs off the internet and decided to have some fun. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering, okay, enough talking, how does this farm work? So I'll show you how to actually use it, and then I'll show you the more in-depth, inside of it. So I have a minecart here. All I would need to do is, I should fill up my inventory. There we go. Step in here. Okay, get it moving. So that will actually dispense shears. And then I just hold down click, and then, yeah, I just sit here, and it automatically does it for me. Anytime my shear is broken, it will give me a new one. If my shear is not broken, it will not dispense, well, it will dispense another one, but it'll just go back into the system, so the shears aren't wasted. And it's as simple as this, really. It's not a gigantic farm. I played with it for a couple hours, like 2 days, because I wanted to make my own design. And then what ended up happening is my design wasn't the best, so I went ahead and looked up some tutorials, and I basically mixed my design with the tutorial design, and I got this. There's my vanilla tweaks telling me my shears are low. And then you can see we get a new shear. Okay, let's go ahead and break this so it stops dispensing. And let's go into game mode spectator, and I could show you guys kind of how it works. I've been doing this a lot in videos, but I just feel like it's such a better way to actually show you guys how it works. And again, I can give you guys kind of another view on the building. Not a crazy large building, but again, it's just a seaweed farm, nothing too crazy. So, okay, where do I start here? So, this is the dispenser. Bone meal goes in here. The bone meal is taken from these chests over here. So when I want to refill my bone meal, I just put it in here. That brings it over here. And then on this track, we have 2 detector rails and then the powered rail. So when I hit the detector, it gets powered and my minecart can keep moving. Those both have a redstone line coming into this dispenser. So basically, whenever we hit these, the dispenser is unleashed and bone meal grows the seagrass. It's pretty simple. Really, the only hard part is the collection, and the way I've done this collection is having since most things go up when they go in water, I've just had it float up to the top, and this top layer is water flowing to the left, and then it just hits the hopper, it goes over here, and it goes to the mass storage system. So if we go down here, follow the hoppers through the maze of what my underground is, and you can see that it goes all the way down. Keep traveling. It's actually quite a little ways. It goes into the wall, and it ends up going into this one right here. So it's pretty simple. So yeah, this is a farm that I've been wanting to build for quite a little while, just because it's stupidly simple, and I thought, you know what, I should probably have this on here. If you guys want a tutorial, just let me know. But again, you could probably build this off memory. It's just it's just rails, 2 detectors, powered rails, both of those going to a dispenser with some prismarine here, and then just have 2 levels of source blocks, and then this water flowing this way into some hoppers, and that's really about it. Nothing difficult. Okay guys, so let's start on our next project of the day, which is 2 more farms. I want a honeycomb farm and a honey farm, and the reason we're building them at the exact same time is because they're technically the same farm. They both utilize dispensers to extract honey, and if you put shears in the dispensers, you get the honeycomb. If you put bottles, you get the honey. So the exact same farm can be used for both. And then along with that, I want to build a fun build, and I'll kind of tell you guys, I'll go in a creative world and kind of show you guys what I'm thinking. But they're both going to be in the exact same area, so I'm going to do them at the same time, and then I'll show you guys. Okay guys, so I'm going to test world just to show you guys where I'm going to build it. This area over here is pretty plain, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is build both farms right here, and then the fun area right here. So let's go ahead, jump back in the world, and build it.
Close your eyes, seek paradise, won't change your mind, can't shake the lights, I'll take the chance and roll the dice, I want it all, just for the night, I live it out like I'll never die, I lose my head in the starry skies, can't change it down, I feel so alive, back down, only one way out, I let you run my life, now you won't get me down, untamed, guess I lost my mind, you turn me inside out, no one can stop me now, so turn up the light, turn up the light, this is what I waited for, 'cause the clock keeps ticking, hard for me to keep up, I can't take it no more, 'cause the time keeps turning, feels just like it speeds up, it's what I waited for.
So both of those are done, and I've got a lot to show you. So let's go ahead and fly over there. This is going to look a bit different than the test world, obviously, because the test world is not very updated, and also I'm recording and playing, so I should probably give my computer a minute to catch up here. We'll just look at the beautiful pyramid, and that is progress we're going to talk about next episode. So we're not going to look at that either. There's spoilers absolutely everywhere. But this is the 2 projects here. You're probably wondering what the heck this is, and I'll explain myself in a minute. But before we look at that, let's go ahead and take a look at both the honeycomb and the honey bottle farm. So if you've watched any Let's Play and have seen honey farms, there's basically one design that everyone uses because it's simply the most compact and the best. And the outside of it looks something like this, where you just have like a row of hives. You have a 1 block space with some flowers in it, and you see the bees doing their thing. And then I have the honey, I think this is the honey bottled, or the bottled honey, and then this is the honeycomb farm. The comb is a little bit longer. Not gonna lie, I didn't really try too hard on because I was kind of tired at the time, but it's just a simple wooden house, I guess. The outside I did with these trap doors. Along the edges I added a little bit of decoration, and the roof is just a simple, stair roof. I might, do more with it later, but for now I'm just gonna leave it how it is. But let me actually show you guys the inner workings of it. Okay, so I'm back in spectator mode as you do. Let's look at the inner workings. So it's a pretty simple design. You've got your hive here. Up top, you've got your dispensers filled with the items that you want. And then back here, we've got a comparator. So basically, this comparator reads whenever the hives are full of honey, when they become full to the full stage, you know, because they're not full all the time. They have like phases. When they are completely full, this goes off, activating the dispenser, which does what it needs to on the hive. And then these hoppers over here pick it up, put it in this chest, and take it away to the mass storage area. Like I said, the only difference between this farm and this farm, this one has bottles inside, this one has shears inside, giving you honeycomb or honey bottles. Up top, I've got some refilling stations for the shears and the bottles. The one thing you have to keep in mind with this farm is if the dispenser runs out of shears or bottles, it will break. It's not hard to fix, but the farm will break. What will happen is the hive will fill, the comparator will go off, and then if there's nothing in the dispenser, nothing will happen, and this will stay filled, and it won't reactivate because it's already filled. So you need to go inside manually and get rid of that honey so you can restart your system. So if you do build this, just be really careful to keep these stocked up. And like I said, the farm itself, super compact. Hive, dispenser, block, comparators with some redstone coming up into the dispenser, and that's super simple. And like I said, I have both of them running through down here into the storage system, so you can see it runs along the ground here. And if we travel for a little while now, they come all the way over here. Man, I'm doing a lot of flying this episode. You could see that I have the seagrass one right there. Right next to it, I built 2 more stations, one for the bottles, one for the honey. So actually, let me go in survival here. Game mode survival. I can't spell. And we can see how much they've already gotten. So what's nice about both of these farms is they are fully automatic, as long as you've got your dispensers, you know, filled. So let's take a look. So far, this is the amount of honey bottles that I've gotten, and this is basically everything I've gotten while building the fun area. But and over here you can see this is the amount of honeycomb. We get a little bit more honeycomb, like I said, because I have a few more of those farms actually. But and over here, this is the amount of seagrass that I've already farmed, and then we can kind of get an update on the basalt. I did a little bit more farming, but not, you know, not a crazy amount. So that's really both farms. The 2 that I built today, the seagrass and the honeycomb and honey bottles, both of these weren't really very difficult to build, very compact. They're just things that I haven't done before, so I'm glad I got them done. But now, time to move on to whatever this is, and I'll explain myself. So, like usual, sometimes I like to tell what I was thinking before building something. So, I have a lot of builds in this world. I have the castle, the ice rink, the pyramid. These are all buildings, but sometimes I just like things that I can walk on. This is one of my favorite examples. This, you know, this wall here, I can kind of walk around and I can view other things from this wall. And that's when I kind of got the idea, wait, why don't I build a building that's not actually a building, but something that's purely made for vision and to see cool things and just to walk around. So in the end, I came up with this, I don't know even like technically what to call it. It's like a open concept building to the air that has no walls and no ceiling. It's just kind of like a park or like a pathway filled with things that you could walk around and do. Let me do a quick, you know, 360, and then we'll actually explore the entire place. Now this was another basically broken ankle project. Like, hey, I don't know what to do. I just built a bunch of farms. Let me just start building, and I think something will come together. So the base of this project is basically ground level that's pools, a base level that is basically a semicircle leading back down to the bottom, On the sides, I've got these ramps going up to a middle level here, and then along from this level, I also have 2 staircases up to 2 rooms. We go up here. This connects to the middle level that the other level connects to. We've got 1, 2, and then we've got the 2 sides. We've got these, and then if we continue to go up the main staircase, we've come to a little showcase area. But let me go ahead and go in survival, and we can actually completely explore it on foot, like it's meant to be explored. Again, this is a foot walking thing. You know, this was meant to walk on and look around. Okay, everybody, so I went ahead and stuck some shaders on so we can explore it in shaders. It's gonna lag a bit more, but I think the view is better. So we've got the first area down here. I wanted to make this like a nice relaxing pool slash sauna place. So you can see I have 2 pools. We have a walk area all the way around. You can see all the way around. And then we do have a walkway in the middle that leads up to this, you know, little Y-shaped area. And like I said, I have 2 different types of pools, and we've actually got water running from the different levels all coming down here, which is super, super cool. So this is what I call my kiddie pool. This is, you know, this is for the kids. It's not super deep. It's just a nice looking pool. And on the other end, we have an adult pool with kind of, I don't know what to call them, like bar tables in the pool. You can see it's a tiny bit deeper, but we've got little tables here for, you know, adults if they want to, you know, have a table to, you know, drink at or something. But this is the first level, and we'll continue up on the main staircase here. So if we go up, you can see now we've got options. So we can walk on either ends and go into a nice forest area here with just a little bit of shrubbery, some grass. You know, there's a lot of wood and water and stone. This is a nice place to just kind of sit down and take in some nature, some greenery. So yeah, I actually really like this area right here. I planned it and I like how it came out. So if we go on both sides, there's 2 little, I don't know, what do you call them, balconies. On this first balcony here, we've got some seats, and this is basically just a library. So if you want to come, you're on your vacation, you want to read, you would come here, sit down, and have a read. The other end is more of a barbecue area, so if you're looking to do some grilling, you would come over here. You have a little bit of a, you know, a grill and some sinks and some storage barrels where you can store your food. And then we have a pole coming down, but we'll talk about that when we get to that level. So on here, there's just 2 little rooms, and you can walk all the way around. In between here is more nature area. I wanted to add a lot of greenery just to make it feel at home. So we can come over here, we can chill in this area, and it is actually the same on the other area. If we come over here, we've got more greenery. I think it looks really nice. You can kind of just like sit down here and read a nice book or something. These areas are pretty relaxing. But if we continue, we can actually go to the next level, which is a lot more of sort of the same. So it's a little bit to the side here. You can see we've got another walking area with some vines coming down. You can see it's another greenery, more sitting, more water coming down. And then we've got another grill area here because there's going to be multiple people. We need multiple grills. This is just more water. This is like the main water fountain, which I'll show you in a minute here. I'm going to put some books here. I don't know what I'm going to write. And then there's just a more of a, just a very casual hangout area. No grill, no greenery, no grass. It's just a hangout area. And if we continue, another hangout area with a pond that goes down into the pool. So if you ever wanted to go to the pool, you can just jump here and jump right in to whatever pool you wanted to. And you'll see a lot of these the more we go up. And this is the first one. And you could see here, you could go from the other side. Also, you can go up and go over here. I have 2 of these, which is kind of like poles in the world. And I guess I'll also show you that when I get to that level. I thought it started here, but it actually starts up there. So if we continue up and don't get off on this level, we can continue up to our second to last level. So honestly, I think this is my favorite level out of all of them, just because this is densely packed with a lot of cool things. If we come up from this side, this is what I was talking about with the pole. So we've got a pole here, and this is a quick travel to a lot of the levels. If we're up here and we just want to go to the pool, we can jump all the way down, and we're at the pool. And it's not, you can't really go back up, but hey, it's quick travel, right? Next to it, you've got a little picnic area where you can sit down and have some sandwiches, and over here is another zen area where you can hang out among the bamboo and do what you will. If we go over here, we have a little, what is it, like a hibachi grill area. This is where you sit down, and I've got like little stools here, and you can cook up some food. Maybe I should put like armor stand back there with a head or something as like the chef. Maybe I'll do that. I could add more stuff. And then on this area, it's a little bit more boring. I just got a table because it seems like this place is lacking in tables, so I added one here for the people. And a very, very minor grill area where, once again, people can come over here and do a little bit of cooking. And this is actually the second pole here, another quick travel, which I've got down into the kiddie pool here, which is super, super sick. Yes, I think that's most of it here. If we continue a little further, we've got more water coming down. We've got a little area, which once again I'm going to put 2 books. And this is the showcase areas. So if we go up here, we can see I just have some dragon heads on display showing whatever, I don't know. This is a marvelous place with a lot of like rare items. And on this end, we have a lot of golden statues guarding the place. And at the end, you've just got some mob heads. This is the leaders of this vacation area, I guess. Yeah. And then you could see the mob heads, and then some of them from the vanilla tweaks. I just put in them because those are the ones that I had on hand. But yeah, these are kind of just like cool areas you can come and look at rare things. You know, you're on vacation, you want to cook, you want to relax, you want to sit, you want to swim. But then you also have sightseeing, right? So I wanted to put something here that is a sight to look at. And then on the edges here, I just got these cool little water features, and you could stand here and kind of look around. They exist on both ends. And then we've only got one last place. If we go up, this is the main showcase area. So we've got a giant fountain here with some fish apparently swimming through it. And another rare thing, and I thought, what's more rare than end crystals, I guess? They're not really hard to make, but they're not often made. So you can see, yep, I just have 6 of them here. There's just some obsidian. I've surrounded them in some glass and with some paintings up top to make it look like it's kind of like a hologram TV type thing. And some more of these, and that's really it. And you can see in the fountain, you can actually travel down the fountain and go into all of the levels. This entire place is mobility, right? So you can jump in any water column, and you could go through places, you could travel around, you could jump. It's really, I don't know how to call it, it's like a vacation, like a jungle gym vacation, because you can jump around, you can climb, you know, you can get to different rooms through water, through poles, through jumping. There's just like, you can get to places very easily in fun ways. Basically like a giant jungle gym. I know I just repeated myself there, but yeah. And once again, the important part of this place is there's no roof, there's no, you know, walls. It is completely for sightseeing. So you walk around, you do your activities, but in the end, your main thing is to just come over here and look around. You can look at your exhibits, you can look at the pyramid. Ooh, that's a crazy sky. If you wanted to come take a look at the mob farm, you would come over here to the edge and you would take a look at it. You would look at the mountain or TNT area. This place is for viewing, and then especially up top here, you would just come to the edge and you can get a great view of a lot of things, especially the castle. I wish the castle was facing towards this, but honestly, I'm nitpicking. But yeah, this is just something I built for fun. Okay guys, so we'll finish off the episode by once again just looking at it, but let me show you some of the more detailed around it, and then we'll end off. You can see if we go around the edges, most of these places are edged out with some fences and some slabs, just to give it more of a, you know, thick vibe. I want it to look sturdy. I don't want them to look like thin platforms, so around most of the little places I added that brimming. There's a lot of the stripped wood, and if you notice, there's also a lot of types of wood. I've got a lot of spruce, a lot of birch, a lot of oak. I've even got some jungle mixed in just to give different hues, different colors. Like I said, I tried to add a lot of the, you know, cooking, chilling, sightseeing, water, swimming. I added a lot of things just because I wanted to make it look lively. And it is shaped, like I said, like basically a semicircle. and then the other side is simply for viewing. So you could go on all of the edges on all of the areas and just kind of look. I think it looks super sick. So this was my fun build for today. What am I gonna fun build next? I have no idea, but this was fun to build, and hopefully I can do more things like this. So yeah, guys, I think the episode is done for today. We can recap. We built Honeycomb, honey bottle farm. We built a fun area where we can walk around. We built a seagrass farm. We got a lot of sand. We did some nether covering, and we finally finished our netherite door, which is super, super fun. So guys, if you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to like and comment, as it supports my channel, and I will see you guys later. God bless, and goodbye.